In this episode of Viral Rewind, we're looking at another DOS virus, this one called BEDh, which is B-E-D-A, not beta as the public software release, but BEDh, B-E-D-A. So we've got BEDh in our list of other viruses for DOS there, so let's go ahead and run it right here. And it gives us a little thing that it's a GOAT file and then returns us back to the DOS prompt. Now it is a TSR, temporary stay memory residence, so it will be in memory looking for any .com or .exe files to infect as we run them. So let's go to the C directory. And here we have our temp directory, and I'll just look for .com files to infect with it. Now the reason BEDh got its name is because of its hexadecimal address that it stores in. It stores at the address BEDh. So hexadecimal is 0 to F. It's 16 characters or 16 numbers long compared to the normal, decimal system that only has 10 digits. There's 16 digits in hexadecimal. So that's how it's got its name. So let's look at tree.com. We run that, we can look at it now. Hey, it's gone up to 6,637 bytes. You can also look at mouse.com, which we know is 15,108 bytes. Go ahead and run mouse. Mouse now. And now it's 16,421 bytes. So we've infected tree.com and mouse.com. Now, BEDh also has a bit of a counter. Sometimes it's 6. Sometimes it goes all the way up to 13 instances of where an infected file or an infection needs to take place in order to see the graphical payload of this virus. And there's many different variants of BEDh out there. Some play around with the PC's internal speaker. Some are destructive, where they delete files similar to the Jerusalem virus. There's some that just do nothing more than spread themselves. And then there's this variant, which is going to have a video/graphical effect that we're going to see when we hit that 6 to 13 instance target. Now, one of the interesting things about BEDh here, I'm going to run mouse again. You notice it's taking a long time now to actually go back to the command prompt. It is running, but the hard drive light indicator I see is flashing about every second, just briefly. And that's going to return us to the command prompt. Now, what exactly is BEDh doing here? It could be that it's looking for additional files to infect, or there could be a bug in the code that's not allowing it to run correctly. And there are cases where BEDh infects the programs that get corrupted in such a way that they not run properly, and of course ends up crashing the computer. That could be what the case is sort of happening here, but at least it's coming back. So I'm just going to keep running mouse until we get our graphical payload. And obviously, if you're infected with BEDh, you would realize that your programs are not running correctly if it's behaving like this, giving you a pretty good indication that you've got some kind of issue on your computer, like a viral infection. It's probably going to go all the way up to 13 tries here to get the video effect. There it is. See, now we got this thing of red, green, and blue bars, kind of like beams going across the screen and moving up and down. And you can tell in the background there that it hasn't returned us back to the command prompt because this graphical payload is now taking priority and it's going to remain there until we press a key. It stays there if we press a key. It closes that out and returns us back to the prompt. And then the cycle starts over again. So we would have to run the infected files a number of times again to get the graphical payload. So let's see if we can speed that up a little bit. Oh, yeah, it briefly came up and then it accidentally exited out right there. So yeah, the payload will come up again. So other than that, that's pretty much it for the beta DOS virus.